Well, kids are heading back to the classroom very soon. Some of the first classes here in our area, Susan, going back on Wednesday.
Right, just a few days away. So for some, it can mean seeing their old friends again or making some new buddies. But for others, they may feel the pressure of trying to be successful. So here to share his top tips with us, we have author Gary Cooper. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Doing well, Gary. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good, good. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this conversation, because I think a lot of parents can say, yeah, my child has come home and they're like, well, this person has this or they're doing this. It's easy for them to compare themselves with others. But Gary, what should parents say or maybe explain to their kids about comparing their success to someone else?
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this forever. First of all, I live near Myrtle Beach, where a lot of you guys like to come down and visit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I suffered from this until I was 45 and my life almost was destroyed, and I was changing my life, and our best friend's kid killed himself. And I was like, I have to do something. And then 10 kids after him killed himself in a little town of 12,000 people called Pawleys Island. And so one of the things I started doing was just having little wins. That's what I called them, little wins. So I had 3 hip replacements. So one day it was just like, I'm going to get out of bed and make it to the kitchen, and then make it to the living room, and then make it out of the house. So what we say is just get little wins. Don't worry about what the kid in the top of the class is doing, or don't worry about what the #1 tennis player is doing. Just beat yourself. Are you better today than you were yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
And if you beat yourself, you're going to surprise the world, and you're going to forget about the competition. Number 2, be grateful for what you have. What a lot of people like me and kids are doing is they're forgetting what they already have, and their wants are getting in the way of their haves. And what science tells us, when we're already grateful for what we have, we get more of what we already wanted. And so what social media and this type of thing is doing for our children, more so than it was even for us, is they're chasing. That's what I call it. I was chasing things that I thought I wanted or needed to be successful or cool or whatever, but I already had a lot of stuff, but I was chasing. So we ask kids to write a gratitude list. So little wins and a gratitude list. And then the last thing, and this is a paradox, and this is the name of my book, is Success Paradox. And what we tell people is, look, start giving your stuff away. If there's a #1 kid in your class and you're competing with them, stop competing with them and start helping them. And it is crazy. If there's a #1 kid on your tennis team or your football team or your basketball team, that's a great analogy. Give them the assist rather than taking the shot. And it's crazy. The next thing you know, they start giving you the ball back. Or if it's a girl, help them with their makeup. And the next thing you know, they're going to start helping you with things. It's an amazing thing.
You also say learn which friends are builders and which ones are buzz killers. What do you mean by this?
So that's a really cool thing. It's like that old saying. I don't know if you guys remember this. I'm older than you guys, I'm sure. But my dad would always tell me, son, if you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. And so there are builders that we hang out with, people that build us up. And then there are people that just tear us down. They're the negative people, the people that are saying you're not good enough, or the people that are taken away. So we say, write 20, it's in the book, write 20 people down that you spend the most time with, and then score them. Give them a 10. They're a 10 builder, or they're an 8 builder, or they're a 10 buzz killer. These people are just buzz killers. And then circle the top 5 people you hang out with the most. And if you have 3 buzz killers, even if they're your brother or sister, you have a choice to make. Do you want to keep those people in your life? Or do you have a decision to make to say, I'm going to go spend time with those builders? because that science has proven that we are an accumulation of the people we hang out with.
Yeah. Hey, Gary, before we let you go, remind us where we can find your book, The Success Paradox.
So you can find it on Amazon. It is the #1 bestseller for these categories. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, or Kindle.
Great.
And find out a little bit more about those builders in your life, right? Those are the people that we need in our corner. And sometimes it can be hard to identify, Gary, as you said, the people called buzz killers. But it's okay sometimes to you know, leave them behind, right? And get those people in your corner that are going to build you up. This has been an amazing conversation. I think it's going to help so many students and get them off on the right foot for this new school year. It was so good to talk with you, Gary. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day.
You too.